What's going on with all my billionaires out there? This the God Hoods Billionaire. Welcome to Hoods Billionaire TV. Big favor, big abundance. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the tragic death of Philadelphia rapper PNBROCK. Let's talk about it. Unfortunately, I just actually got back from Dallas. I was in Dallas. Me and my big bro, we diehard Cowboys fans, so we go to a game every year, and we was out there. So my voice gonna be a little hoarse. You feel what I'm saying? But we gonna speak on the situation. So, first and foremost, man, transition in peace to that king for that situation, because that's just a tragic situation in general for somebody to lose their life. But it's just a lot of different things that we gonna speak on and we gonna touch on today, because our people really just need to have better situational awareness. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who really, I'm from St. Louis, you know what I'm saying, and my city is very grimy. You know what I'm saying? It's a very grimy city. We always on the top 5 shit for murders and danger and all of that. You feel what I'm saying? So you'll grow up with a certain level of understanding for situational awareness. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have situational awareness. So, when my brother, first told me, and my other brother who also lives in St. Louis, shout out to Rimrod Photography, y'all go follow his channel. He had told me about, pretty much what was going on. And when my brother had told me, I was like, wow, that's crazy. But when I started to hear the details of what happened, I was like, wow, that's just really bad situational awareness, and not a lot of people had. He didn't, like, nobody, him or his woman, didn't really have good situational awareness in that situation. Wearing $250,000 or $500,000, however much it was, worth of jewelry at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and they're saying, like, this is the most dangerous one. This is the most dangerous Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. You know what I'm saying? So wearing a $250,000 worth of jewelry at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles might probably be, one of the just craziest things that I ever heard, with no security, no firearm, no nothing. You don't got no way to protect yourself, and it's just you and your girl. Like I told my brother, like, man, that's like some Fear Factor shit. Like, you couldn't pay me to do no shit like that. Like, you literally couldn't pay me to wear $250,000 worth of jewelry with no gun and no security, with just me and my girl at the most dangerous Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. You couldn't pay me to do that shit. You literally couldn't pay me. And I know PNBROCK had just talked about a situation where he just almost got robbed on Fairfax. You know what I'm saying? He almost just got robbed on Fairfax. And I guess he got himself up out the situation. So, I guess, you feel like, well, I got myself out of this situation, I can get myself out of this situation. All situations are different. That's what I'm talking about with situational awareness. All situations are different. If somebody runs into a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles masked up and gets the drop on you and tells you to run your shit and give up your jewelry and you give up your jewelry. Like, you have to have situational awareness. You give up your jewelry. Now, if I'm outside or something and a nigga try to run up and just like snatch my shit or something like that, and I take off on them, or you feel what I'm saying? That type of situation, that's a different type of situation. You have to have situational awareness. You feel what I'm saying? Because I felt Sauce Walker when he was talking about everybody ain't going. It is situations where you don't, if you want to protect your hard-earned belongings, there are situations where, hey, I'm just not finna just go. You know what I'm saying? You're not just finna snatch my shit or no shit like that. You're not showing me no gun. You feel what I'm saying? Like, or even if I feel like I can get to, or anything like that, where it's a situation where I can scuffle with you, anything like that, that's a completely different situation as opposed to being with your girl with $250,000 worth of jewelry on. A nigga runs in a restaurant in broad daylight with a goddamn ski mask on and tell you give up your jewelry. Boy, you better give up that motherfucking jewelry. You better. Matter of fact, you don't even take the shit off. I don't even, bro, take the jewelry. Just take it. Just take it. Just take it. That's what you don't buck in no situation like that. And I'm not, this isn't me speaking negative on PNBROCK, because I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not even that type of person. Like, I respect death. I respect that transition period. And life is precious. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that soul will never manifest in the body of PNBROCK ever again. You feel what I'm saying? I have a really high understanding in regards to transitioning. So that's not a knock. I'm just speaking on what people need to understand. You feel what I'm saying? Number one, when I always tell y'all about, like, pay attention to the common denominator in any story, any situation, all you have to do is pay attention to the common denominator. What is the most common denominator in this situation? What is the most common denominator? If you niggas have not learned by now that Cali, specifically LA, you know what I'm saying? If you niggas have not learned by now that going to LA with jewelry, watches, Rolexes, showing money, any of that type of shit, you are setting yourself up for something to, at bare minimum, be attempted to be done to you. You see what I'm saying? I am a student of history, you know what I'm saying? And listening to all of the OGs, the niggas that's, you know, lived in Cali and shit like that, it's a very, you know, just perfectly logical, insane understanding of, okay, when you out here, you got to move a certain way. This is one of those places where you got to move a certain way. And if you from a place where you already have an understanding of you have to move a certain way, if you already have that understanding, like, okay, you got to move a certain way, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you're, it just makes very logical, sane sense. And when you in any city that you don't know, you know what I'm saying? But especially a dangerous one. You feel what I'm saying? You go to Chicago, you gotta move a certain way. You go to New York, you go to Jersey, you gotta move a certain way. You out in Philly, you got to DC, you gotta move a certain fucking way. You know what I'm saying? You out in Memphis, nigga, you gotta move a certain way, bro. Like, people, you just have to understand that. You feel what I'm saying? It's just what it is. So I understand that. I don't get why people don't understand that, or people feel like, you know, well, fuck that. Like, that is way too much aggression, and that's taken away from your logical thinking. This is now about your ego and your pride now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I'm not giving up shit. I'm not giving up shit. Like, it's like, you have to have situational awareness, man. Like, in that situation, you give that shit up. Because let me tell you something. If a nigga is willing to run in this motherfucker with a ski mask on in broad daylight to run your shit and do that shit literally in front of a crowd of people, man, that nigga don't give a fuck about blowing your shit out. Like, he can't. There's no way that you care about anything that's happening. Like, this, the whole thing is just like, you already on a super low vibration and are willing to do anything. Of course he'll shoot you. Of course you don't test that. Of course you let that go. You got it, big dog. You got it. This your, hey, whatever. That nigga want to run in your pockets, whatever. Hey, there you go. And I ain't see shit. It is what it is, man. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just about having situational awareness. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about the female in this situation and talking about how, you know, she dropped the location. That's another thing. Number one, just because she dropped the location doesn't mean that was the determining factor. The whole underlying issue is, wearing hundreds of thousands of dollars of precious metals and diamonds in an impoverished area with no way to protect yourself whatsoever. That's the real issue. But did that help the situation? Absolutely not. Because somebody picked up on them off of her Instagram? Absolutely, they most certainly could. And once again, this goes back to situational awareness. If you was with this chick, y'all done been in this situation before, you weren't paying attention to the signs that the universe was sending you in regards to this situation. If she didn't have anything to do with it, both of them were oblivious to the signs that the universe was sending them that, hey, you know, when you're out here and you moving like this, that could be a recipe for disaster. Because if there was already a robbery attempt, then you should know what it is. You see what I'm saying? You should know what it is. But this also goes with another thing, man. Hey, I don't know, like, how everybody moving or what niggas be on, but, like, you have to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you don't need material things to make you. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, it's nice. Yeah, I love jewelry, and I you know, it's okay to love nice things and have nice things. But once again, situational awareness. Know when to have them and when not to have them. How about not wearing your jewelry in Roscoe's if y'all was finna go in there? What's the purpose of wearing your jewelry? What is the purpose of wearing $250,000 worth of jewelry or $500,000 worth of jewelry in this particular area at this restaurant? You see what I'm saying? That just doesn't make any sense. You don't need to do that. How about just putting your shit in a box and putting it in your suitcase? I heard they was on the way to the airport. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna leave my jewelry in my suitcase, and we'll just go and leave it in the car, and we'll just go. You know, the fact that you in a fucking Maybach, with $250,000 worth of jewelry, niggas probably could have got on you just off you being in the Maybach. You feel what I'm saying? You in a dangerous area, and niggas see two people getting out of goddamn Maybach, they might have tried you anyway, regardless, no matter what, when you was walking back to your car. You feel what I'm saying? So it really, but you made it where a robber felt like he had to get you because of what he saw. You know, this for an impoverished person with a attitude of lack of, feel like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I gotta go get this nigga. I gotta go get him. You know what I'm saying? I got to. When am I ever gonna see this type of lick again? That's the frequency they on. You see what I'm saying? So, that's just bad situational awareness. I don't know what is up with y'all in this age of social media where you live through social media and you like letting people know where you are and what you have, and you know what I'm saying? Everything that's going on with you. I'm here to tell you that it's also a very destructive situation where that is something that you do not want to make a habit out of, especially if you are flaunting nice things and putting nice things on social media. That is definitely something that you don't want to do, is drop your location. Now, I hear people say that it could have been her on it, she could have been in on it, or you know, and I'm not here to point the finger at nobody or say anything with anybody. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's already a tragic situation. You know what I mean? But I do know that sometimes, because I heard it was a situation where he had took her social media and you know, like blocked her out of social media, like on some very like kind of over controlling type of situation. Like took her social media and he had like just gave it back to her. You feel what I'm saying? So you had no telling what that was about, but what I do know is sometimes females can't allow, you know, men to get in their mind, and because they're not feeling like anything happened like that drastically in the situation, they might go along with shit that they're not. And I'm just saying this type of stuff can happen. I'm not saying she did this. I'm just saying this type of stuff can happen. To where if a man was able to tell her, I'm just going to go in there and get him and run it, ain't nothing going to happen to nobody, don't even worry about it. So if you know, that type of situation, and to see it go from that to that, You see what I'm saying? Maybe not even expecting that, or expecting it to go that way. But the moral of the story is that it's just you gotta be 10 steps ahead. You feel what I'm saying? Like, once again, like, that's why I'm an avid chess player. You know what I'm saying? I love the game of chess. And you have to move in life like that. You have to be strategic with how you move in life. You have to have an understanding of what could happen in any of these situations when you move in life. You really got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just a tragic situation, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Sauce getting out the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I seen shit with my eyes with Sauce, you know what I'm saying? So he really is that type of guy. He really do stand on business in real life. You feel what I'm saying? But I want everybody to know, like, that's not always the best way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not always the best way to go. And you can't base your situation off of somebody else's situation. You're in a completely different situation. So don't feel like, well, because he said he not going, shit, I'm a real nigga, I ain't going either. In any situation where somebody gets the drop on you and you're unarmed and you don't have any way to defend yourself, and if they get the drop on you, it don't even matter. In all honesty, you give that person whatever they're asking for. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to avoid things like that is to know that, hey, when I go in these type of areas, I'm not gonna wear nice things. I'm not gonna wear my Rolex. I'm not gonna wear my jewelry. I'm not gonna wear anything. I'm not going to wear anything that would make someone feel like they need to come take something from me or put me in danger. I'm okay. I just love myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with just being plain Jane and low key under the radar. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's really how you gotta move when you in these type of situations, man. It's okay to blend in with the crowd. It's okay to blend in with the crowd sometimes, especially if you somewhere where you don't want to stand out. I got a rule, like, if I'm in a club where I don't just feel that it's kind of sketchy, I don't do sparklers. I don't want no motherfucking sparklers. Just put the bottles in a bucket and just leave them. You know what I'm saying? It got to be an upscale club, like, where it's clear everybody in here is like on a well-to-do, to-do type situation. And the security is a high level, like, some stuff like that. When you go to, if you go to Drez or something like that, you in good hands. But sometimes if you might just go to a cool little, spot, fucking with some promoters or something like that, it can be a little. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, shit, yeah, I'm good on the sparklers. I don't even need all that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want the attention. I don't want motherfuckers looking at me like that. You feel what I'm saying? In those types of situations. It's situated we somewhere where it's nice upscale, yeah, throw the sparklers in there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just all about knowing how to move, man. All attention ain't good attention. All attention ain't good attention. You feel what I'm saying? You got to know that. Know how to move. You know what I'm saying? We was in a situation in Dallas. So, where we kind of could tell somebody was trying to, like, walk behind us on some, like, people in the scene type situation. And number one, we drove to, you know what I'm saying? I had drove to Dallas, so I had my strap with me, you know what I'm saying? But even on top of that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, just based on the situation, like, okay, if buddy, like, in any way finna feel like he finna do anything close, like, nigga, we finna rush him, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have situational awareness. But if a motherfucker come and put a pistol to your head and tell you, nigga, give me your shit, you give it to him. You give it to him. You don't. You feel what I'm saying? You don't play no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it was very clear. And then me and my brother kind of just confronted him, like, nigga, what's up? You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up? Yeah, nigga, like, we know what's going on, bro. What's up, bro? What's up? And they just kept, yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, okay, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you just gotta have situational awareness. Like I said, man, you can't just be You can't just be out here like in every situation feeling like, oh, well, I just ain't going, and it don't always work. Like you can't use the same strategy in chess every time. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's not gonna be the exact same, formula every time for something that's gonna work every single time. Man, there's different formulas for and different cures for different things. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, about this whole situation, man. This the God HOODZBILLIONAIRE TV, big favor, big abundance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. This the God HOODZBILLIONAIRE, big favor, big abundance. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Rest in peace to PNBROCK, man. Let's stop all this senseless killing, all this senseless robbing. Let's get this money. Shout out all my billionaires and out in the billionaire community, man. If you're a billionaire, you somebody that believe in yourself to the highest extent. You believe you can accomplish the highest feats and the highest goals, and you're willing to put the work in for it. You feel what I'm saying? A billionaire mindset, man. So shout out to y'all, man, and shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's the God HOODZBILLIONAIRE, big favor, big abundance. I'm gone.